This is Steve from Boxing UK. Absolute pleasure to be joined by David Price. How are you, big man?
Right, Steve. Yeah, good, mate. Good, mate. Good to see you and hear from you. Been a while, hasn't it?
It has. I was just about to say the last time we spoke was just before the Chisora fight.
Yeah, there was one. It was you down there, was you? The pre-fight press conference, yeah?
That's right, mate. Aye.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say you took the mickey out of us being Evertonians.
Yeah, it is actually, yeah. Hey.
Good man.
That's why you got the hat on now, though, isn't it?
I just thought I'd stick it on so you know who we are.
Just reminded me, or you're that tight you haven't put the central heating on up there. You've had to put the hat on in the house.
How are you? How's the last year and a couple of months been for you, David?
All right, yeah, not bad. I mean, obviously, all in the same boat, aren't we, with this, everything that's going on. But, yeah, it's not bad, really. Yeah, I can't complain, you know. Everyone's, you know, well and that, so all good.
Good, man. Obviously, we haven't seen you in the ring. Have you been tempted? Has anybody made you any offers?
I haven't had a call. No, I haven't had a call. So, I mean, until I do, I won't really know I'm going to react to it. That's the Monday side's if I'm going to fight anyway. And obviously, when I get the call, that'll be obviously the question. You know, that'll be a litmus test type of thing. See how I feel or how I respond. But up to now, because of the way the situation is with no fans and things like that, I'm not expecting the phone to ring just yet anyway. But the longer it's going on, the less likely it is that I'll lace them up again, to be honest. But like I said, I can never say never.
Nothing that's tempted you at all over the last 14 months? Because people call your name out, don't they? Because they still see you as a big name.
Yeah, they probably see me as like a big, you know, bit of a scalp on the record. But I haven't even had a call. That's what I'm saying, Steve. So if I'd got the call and maybe being tempted, then I'd know more. But until then, I'm just going about me business. Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to get things up and running outside of boxing. You know, getting a little bit of things going in normal life, and then, you know, the boxing's there if I need it.
Are you keeping fit? Are you still in the gym, David? So if you get the call, are you ready or?
No, no, I haven't. I went to the gym about 4 weeks ago and done a bit of shadow boxing and that, and a few rounds on the bags, and I felt great, to be honest.
Aye.
I've been bits of training, but then since then I've been busy elsewhere, and boxing isn't my priority at the minute because of the limited opportunities available. So we've got to go and try and earn and try and get things moving elsewhere. So I'm just getting busy with a couple of things, and then I got sick a couple of weeks ago and just didn't have it in me to train, just a bit tired all the time. So I'd say from Monday next week I'll start doing a bit of training again, if anything, just to clear my head and keep fit, as you do. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
Yeah.
Can I chuck a couple of names at you, David, who've obviously mentioned your name?
Yeah.
And I don't know whether you would find it almost insulting to think of the level that you fought at, because it's only a couple of fights ago you had that brilliant win over Dave Allen.
Yeah.
And the last time you were out was against Derek Chisora, but you've got the likes of Christopher Lovejoy shouting your name out recently.
Who's he?
Exactly. He was the guy who was supposed to fight Dave Allen. And that fell through.
Where's he from?
America.
I've never heard. I'll have a look at him. Is there anything to watch, anything to see?
Well, that's the thing. There's absolutely nothing out of him. He was due to fight David Price, and then he was supposed to fight John King, and he hadn't announced it.
Yeah, someone, I wouldn't mind, there's someone like that. I'd fight someone like that. Probably wouldn't need to do a training camp for him, whoever he is. Straight out the alehouse into the ring for him.
He was shouting your name out yesterday.
Yeah.
And then obviously the other side of it is when boxers retire, sometimes they're like a farewell fight, don't they? Sometimes in the home city. Would you not feel like you would miss out on that for maybe the British title?
I don't know, to be honest. Like I said, I'd have to wait and see. You said a couple of names then, eh? Who's the other one?
I was going to chuck somebody like Fabio Wardley or Nathan Gorman at you for a British title.
Yeah, they're like young, up and coming, you know, different stages of their careers, and I'm not the veteran who gets in with the prospect. I never have been really. If you look, you know, it's just that not how it'd be. To be honest, not interested in that. Yeah.
So I know you say that it's getting less and less likely, David, and you've got other interests. Are those other interests in boxing or completely separate?
Just away from boxing. But to be honest, the break I've had from boxing, training, things like that, I've completely switched off from boxing. But now I'm starting to get back interested in it because I have got a lot to offer as far as boxing's concerned, with my knowledge and experience and everything else. So we'll be looking to do something. If I don't fight again, I'll be looking to be involved somehow in boxing, whether it's management or, you know, advising people or whatever. I definitely have got something to offer, so I'd like to stay involved one way or another.
In the gym or in front of the TV cameras, David?
No, probably in the gym. You know, just passing my experience onto younger fighters, if anything. You know, just more for passion rather than trying to make money out of it. Just to help, because I know how difficult a sport it is, especially for the lads who aren't fighting on televised shows and things like that. It's a proper, you know, it's a long road, isn't it? And they can do with every bit of help along the way. So yeah, that's something I've thought about, but whether I do it remains to be seen. I just I'll wait and see.
Yeah. Can I chuck a couple of fights at you, David? The Dave Allen fight.
Yeah.
I think I heard you say that you stood him on his head. You must have been elated after that fight. Did you have massive plans afterwards?
No, I didn't. You know, the plan after that fight was to get a fight in Liverpool on the Callum Smith card against, I don't know, whoever, do you know what I mean? And then hopefully get a big fight, as in a big fight like the kind of fight that I got against Derek Chisora. Only I would have had another win under my belt and another full training camp under my belt, so I would have been better prepared. So, you know, I just bypassed the fight after Dave Allen and went straight to the big fight that I was looking for, but unfortunately not in the best circumstances. So, but yeah, it was exciting because I had plans and I was getting offers from all over.
Aye.
You know, I got offered the first fight I got offered was against Tony Yoka, who's fighting tonight or tomorrow, isn't he? Obviously, you know, I weren't going to take the fight because it weren't enough in it for me, but the phone call came. Then Yusuf got mentioned for the October in Chicago. Again, you know, just great to even be starting to get back mentioned amongst big names or whatever. And then obviously the Chisora fight happened. So I got what I wanted, but not in the circumstances. And obviously didn't get the results I wanted. So, but the win against Dave Allen was, it was a satisfying win because Dave Allen had a lot to say in the previous years, a hell of a lot, to be honest. And I didn't forget it. And I went into the fight with the nice guy attitude and, you know, because Dave Allen was being respectful by now. So I thought, you know, unless someone really rattles me, I'll be respectful back. But I was ready to switch if need be. But it was a sport, and it was like a bit of a sport and mentality towards the fight from both of us. But deep down, I had, you know, I remembered and I was keen to do number on him, and it was very satisfying. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't.
It was a proper number that you did on. Would you class that as one of your best performances, David?
Yeah, it was one of my better performances, and it was probably one of the easiest fights I had as a pro, because it just made it so easy. So, yeah, it was satisfying, like, yeah.
And if the Chisora fight proves to be your last one, did you realise at the time how close you were to possibly even stopping Derek? Because another 30 seconds after that uppercut, David, you might have had him.
I wobbled him, didn't I? But we were both hurt at the end of that round, weren't we? So it's one of them. I always manage to at least wobble someone, don't I? Or hurt them one way or another, win, lose or draw, which is part of the attraction, I think, of watching me, is that's what you get. You get drama. But the problem with Derek Chisora for me, apart from getting the right preparation, was that he's probably my worst type of opponent, Derek. He's so fucking strong and so fit and non-stop and in your face. That's a difficult type of opponent for someone like me to deal with, as far as being so tall and having to deal with his low centre of gravity. And it's difficult to push someone like that back. And if you're fighting on the back foot constantly, it can become very energy consuming. And he throws plenty of leather. So, yeah, it would have been a hard fight if I had a great camp as well. But obviously, to give myself a well better chance going into it. But yeah, it was disappointing, you know. But like I said, it was the big fight I was looking for. So bittersweet in a way.
If it is the last one, David, you've given a lot of people a lot of enjoyment. I don't expect you to comment, but you've had a cracking career. And like you say, whenever David Price's name was mentioned, you knew there was going to be a fight and excitement out there. As a fight, you must have known that. Even the daft things like the Cash Alley bite, there was always something happened in one of your fights, mate.
Yeah, there's always drama. My debut, my gumshield fell out my mouth twice, and the second time I just looked at it, and the opponent, David Ingleby, just hit me with a free shot on the side of the head and like staggered me a bit. And so I got fucking knocked out on my debut before my career had even started. So there was that, and there was just, you know, there was a lot of drama, weren't there? And still could be a little bit more left in the tank. You know, like I said, they only put a pair of gloves on the other week, and straight away I was like, fucking hell, I've got the bug back already. Yeah. But it got cut short because a few other things started going on. And I'm just struggling to get motivated in this climate. You know, and I'm the same with the footy, and you know, I can't get the same buzz watching the footy. And I'm not getting the same buzz about going to the gym, because it's just, I love that big fight atmosphere. And if it was one of the top dogs like Joshua or whoever else, then yeah, because they're the champs and it's their duty to go out and keep fighting, and providing the content that the TV networks are demanding. But there's not really a place for me at the minute in any of this. It's either the prospects or the top dogs. There's not really a place for the like, you know, chief support, entertaining type fighter like myself at the minute. I don't think, but I haven't asked the question. So, all right.
Watch this space, mate.
That's me tea done soon, Steve. So I'll have to go in a minute. Is that okay?
All right, matey, no problem. I'll ask two very quick ones.
Go on, mate. You're all right, yeah.
And I can edit this one out, David, because I always edit a video. But do you speak to Tyson Fury? Because one of the most shared clips about you was that famous Tyson Fury ringside clip where he pretty much called out you and Tony Bellew.
Yeah.
Do you talk to him, or is there still a rivalry there, or?
There's no rivalry, no. I don't speak to him. But when I see him, it's friendly. Do you know what I mean? It's cool. Yeah, that was a long time ago, and you know, different. He was a different person then, that's for sure. And obviously, I was younger, but it was all one way at the time. It was always Tyson Fury's mouth, and he didn't like the fact that I had a lot of support at the time, and he got a lot of stick, and you know, he was a bit of a different character then. He was a bit of a prick, if I'm honest. And a lot of people have changed their minds on him, including myself. And I did long before now, but yeah, when we see each other, it's friendly, yeah. And you know, obviously, he's gone on to do amazing things, and he's the champion. He's done fantastic. Brilliant.
Yes. If he fights Joshua next year, who would you back, David?
I'd back Fury, but I don't think it'd be as clean cut as people think. You know, you can't just go off that onesie feet Anthony Joshua has had and start writing him off. But before he's even lost, I did fancy Fury in the fight. I just think styles make fights, and I think Fury's style of fighting. Then again, I'm thinking of Fury's style of fighting when he was more training with Peter and Ben Davidson, and he was very, very twitchy. He's not as much like that now. He's gone a little bit more Kronk style with what's his name? His trainer.
Is it Sugar Hill?
Sugar Hill, yeah. With Sugar Hill, he's gone a bit more Kronk style, like Tommy Hearns, heavyweight style, looking for the big punch. You know, lining up with the jab and keeping it like that. So it's clash of styles. Anthony Joshua's at his best in mid-range, in my opinion. Yeah. Hooks and uppercuts, powerful, explosive. So it's about whether Fury can keep him long, and when he does get up close, tie him up. But Anthony Joshua's a strong man. But yeah, I would fancy Fury ultimately to do the job, yeah.
Last one. There's a big fight tomorrow. Dubois and Joyce. Who you backing, David, and why? Great
fight. Big fight. I think it's fucking brilliant. The two of them are fighting each other at this stage as well, by the way. Especially Dubois. You know, he's only had about 11 fights. Or something like that, and he's flying through them. But Joe Joyce is an Olympic gold medalist in reality. He should have got the gold. Many fights experience with Great Britain, World Series of boxing. Had a great start to his pro career and beat some top operators. Daniel Dubois is untested. Now, the reality tells you that Joe Joyce should be the favourite, and logic, but he's not. Dubois is. I think Joe Joyce is going to win, but that doesn't mean it's the end for Daniel Dubois. He's obviously young enough to come again. So he's I think Joe Joyce second half of the fight.
Good man. David Price, I really appreciate your time. I know you're going to be now.
Yeah.
After the end, nice, go on you Blues.
Ciao, mate. See you
later. All right. Hope to speak to you soon, David. Thank you very much for your time.
Take care.